What about my love? Wasn't it enough? Just let me know.
I've been saying this for years, and you pulled the wool over Eagles fans' eyes. I called this the first time he got traded. I don't care that you lead in double-digit sacks. That's great. That's the only thing that you can do is rush the quarterback. That's it. You can't tackle. And every time that you've had a good season, you've had Chandler Jones, you've had Brian Burns, and I don't care what anybody says, 26-year-old Josh Sweat from my team, the Florida State Seminoles, has been an absolute menace for the Eagles. And as soon as that dude started slowing down, you hit the landslide as well of doing bad. The whole team did, but like specifically when Josh started not doing good, and you can kind of tell Josh was kind of like battling some type of injury. Hassan started slowing down as well. I tried to warn Jaguars, this is highway robbery. You went out there and you robbed Vic's team, man. A pass rusher, this is the definition of sacks can be the most overrated stat of all time. We called it out 2 years ago when you didn't even want to tackle Damian Pierce. Who was the wide receiver this year? Was it Debo Samuel that he didn't want to tackle?
It was Debo.
Come on, bro. Like,
I just want to give a quick shout out to my guy Sora. I want to
Yep.
give a quick shout out to my guy Sora. I remember we were in an ECG meeting right before the Eagles 49ers game. I said Debo is going to have a good game. Sora said Debo Samuel's hot ass. Then he proceeded to go off for 260 yards and 3 touchdowns. But thanks, Sora. I appreciate it.
Well, yeah. So Vic, I personally want you to go ahead and put the topping on this BS cake that he's trying to give to the Eagles right now.
Oh, I didn't hear if you calling me or not.
Yeah. I said Vic. Yeah.
Listen, you talked about stealing. My guy has stole $31.5 million from the Eagles the past 2 seasons. The half-sack king, yes, the half-sack king has been getting all this credit for nothing. Yes, there's been some moments where, Hassan Reddick, you hear his name called, but let's talk about his tackling. He's a liability in the run game. He looks like that meme of that kid that was the cornerback that runs in onto the running back and kind of steps away at the last second. That's Hassan Reddick in the run game. It is ridiculous. He puts no effort into what he does whatsoever. You can look at the tape all you want. I guarantee you're going to see him coming slow off the line. Third down, he's basically a overrated third down specialist. Let's be honest. That's what he is. The man got paid for no reason. We should have got freaking Burns. We should have went for Reddick. But let's look at it this way. It's a plus for the Eagles. They have a potential out this year. They're taking advantage of it, which they should. They should look for better talent, probably even draft someone, get someone younger in there, because Hassan Reddick is only going to get worse as time goes on, because Father Time is undefeated. And he's looking at him right now with a stern eye. He's going to come after him. I don't expect much out from Reddick this season coming up. I don't expect him much for the future. He may get double-digit sacks, but again, a lot of that comes from him being there at the right time just to put a hand down so that way a referee can be like, all right.
He putting his hand in people's pockets trying to reach for quarters, bro. Stop.
Like I said, my issue with him is his effort. He doesn't have much at all. If it isn't, him in a key play for a sack, he's not interested. That's what it seems like. He's very disinterested. And I don't think that's a player that the Eagles want, because we've seen that this year we needed someone, put their nose to the grindstone, and he wasn't. And we see how bad that defensive line was this year.
Yeah, man. Let me just show you this right here. This was a video I did last year, and people wanted to flame me that Nick Bosa and Alex Highsmith were better than Hassan Reddick. And they're like, well, at least we got the best value out of Hassan Reddick. He had double-digit sacks. Let me tell you something real quick. Dude can't tackle. Alex Highsmith and Nick Bosa can tackle. They can, or at least put their hand, at least try to get the running back. Try to put a hand on him, try to slow him down or something. Yeah, to me, you're just not valuable as a defensive player if you can't tackle. It drives me crazy. Like, getting a sack for 1 yard loss on first down and then somebody throwing an 11-yard bomb downfield for a first down. Did your sack really matter all that much? They should have a new stat. Sacks that resulted in a turnover on downs or punt versus sacks that were responded on.
Yeah.
And then let's really compare and see whose sacks had more value than the other. And I bet you Hassan Reddick, not only would have number one in assisted sacks, but he'd be the leader in sacks that resulted that were responded to in some sort of a form or fashion for a first down. I mean, it just is what it is. You're the definition, sir, of why sacks are overrated. I don't know what else to tell you. But shout out to my man Manny, who got absolutely flamed last year on Twitter by everybody. And now my man is sitting here laughing in all y'all faces after y'all defended this dude like he was your second cousin that came to Thanksgiving that you dapped up and took a picture of. Y'all personally. Yep. Yep. And then you found out you go in your kitchen drawer and he done stole all your iPhone bricks when you actually needed one. Yeah. That's Hassan Reddick. Logan, you got anything to say about this dude that just committed highway robbery wearing the money green?
Here's another name that the casuals might not know. He hasn't played in about 2 years. I think he retired. My boy Marcus Golden was better than Hassan Reddick, bro. I don't know if y'all know Marcus Golden, played for the Giants and Cardinals. Bro is pretty damn good.
Oh, yeah.
But Hassan Reddick is just, I don't even know how to explain it, bro. I mean, Dante's right. Sacks are the most overrated stat in the league, even more so. Here's the thing, right? I love your idea for sacks that actually count as helping stop the offense's possession. I think that should be a stat, along with the stat that I think should be. I think yards should only be accounted to a quarterback stat line for in-air yards. I think once a receiver catches the ball, the yards should stop going to the quarterback stat line. I think those are two things that we need to do.
I agree. And there should also be for interceptions as well. Was it the quarterback's fault or was it the receiver's fault? Because I'm sure that all this stuff that we're talking about, it would make the game of football better. I mean, it would totally screw up the rule book and the way that quarterbacks in any single player.
You wouldn't be seeing 500-yard games out of quarterbacks.
Yeah, just like I think that fumbles that are recovered by the team that caused the fumble are obviously way better than Hassan Reddick strip sacking somebody and them throwing for a first down the next time. Mm-hmm. I mean, your strip fumble that wasn't recovered by your defense doesn't matter, sir. It shows up on your stat sheet, and then everybody's going to say, "Oh, he's a beast." How much of a beast is he really, though? I see TJ Watt and them dudes strip sacking and recovering it themselves and borderline running that joint back for 6 points.
I saw Kayvon do it twice last season.
Let him know, brother.
This dude just
Any final words for Hassan Reddick? I'm tired of seeing this dude's face.
Trash.
Please get traded. Please leave. I'm cool with
he
you
won
gone.
$25 million at 29 years old. Stop.
Listen, I'm cool with you gone. I think a lot of people in Philly love him for the fact that he's the one that got Brock Purdy injured. I think that's what his thing is. They respect him for it, which is nothing to be respected for. But some plays he's there at the right time. But
DeMarcus Lawrence is better than this dude.
There's a long list of players that are better than
George
him.
Karlaftis, Azeez Ojulari, Kayvon Thibodeau.
But I think that should be corrected, and the Eagles need to move on.
Well, here's the thing, too. And last point, and then we'll move on.
Stop putting them in coverage.
Yeah, stop putting them in coverage. And here's the other thing. I don't care about the narrative of that people are from a hometown. Because this is the second player, the second one in the last 6 months that's going to get traded. But they said that he's from the hometown. He would be well for our brand, but then you don't want to keep him. Hassan Reddick is right down the street. He went to school at Temple. The other player was just recently in the Super Bowl, which he's from PG County, around the way where I grew up, which was Chase Young. Chase Young was a Commanders fan or Washington Redskins fan growing up, and they shipped him out quickly. All that stuff don't matter, man. We can't factor this Homer stuff and all that stuff into why players should be playing for a team. It's almost as bad as the rhetoric that happens with Ohio State quarterbacks. Oh, because a quarterback came from Ohio State, he's not going to be good in the NFL. Stop this imaginary logic. It doesn't work. And now you see it because CJ Stroud just told y'all to shut the fuck up, man. I'm telling you. Eventually, every once in a while, you stick your head out the window of the car, you might get hit by a street sign. It might not be today. It might not be 100 days from now. But one of them times it's going to get you when you least paying attention, man. It don't work.